Hey, what's up guys? Welcome to Haydogamg today. And today we're gonna be talking about Zelda Breath of the Wild and also Legend of Zelda merch. I know we've been waiting a while to do this, but we've been always, of course, busy with our daily life schedules and such and such. But today, I'm a special guest on Haydogamg today. Of course. Of course, you remember me, guys. Brittmeister Muse. Hello. But anyways, yeah, so we're going to be definitely talking about the merch, which, of course, I have some of them, obviously. From Legend of Zelda from the very beginning, we're going to talk about showing you guys from the very beginning of the retro Zelda, to all the way till now, the Breath of the Wild. Dun 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 dun. Alrighty, I'll let Haydogamg start first. So take it away, Hayden.
Well, hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Haydogamg. Thank you for that, brittmeister. No, that was really good. And yes, you do have 100% a good point, because we are going to be talking about all the oldest games of The Legend of Zelda, right from the first one in the 1980s and 1990s. It's going to be amazing to do this. And like, for starters, the merchandise that we've got for today is going to be amazing to show you guys, because some of it is from the GameCube, Nintendo 64, Wii U, Nintendo Switch, and also every other console that you guys have known about for the Nintendo 64, the NES, Super Nintendo, and then the older PC games. But basically, the first thing that I will always love to show is the giant figurine statue of Link. Now, this I've had this for about a year or two right now. It's still in good condition, and I just love how the detail on the sword and shield are just so perfect. And then the whole holder for the sword is still really in good shape. Now, basically, I got a lot of stuff to show you still. So I'll show you two more things. Well, one more thing, because I've already shown you the DS3 case of the Zelda. I've got one of the bags of the Legend of Zelda, actually. The Highland shield from every single game up to the recent one, Breath of the Wild. This has been a symbol for Link for the 25 or 30 years that he's been around. For the Link and Zelda gameplays and all that, I love it. Now, we are going to keep on going with you, Brittmeister. Take it away.
Yeah, most definitely about all that. Oh wow. I do love the classic, of course, of the retro Link in The Legend of Zelda. The very first one. Oh my god. It was so amazing. I haven't really played for GameCube yet, or the Switch. I mean, the Wii U and the NES and Super Nintendo and all that. I haven't really played for those, but I've played for other ones, but it's all good. And I have one of the merches actually I'm wearing right now, which is Toon Link, which he's one of my favorite versions of Link. But of course, I love the version that you have of the statuette of Link, which that looks like a very good condition. Wow, I didn't even know you had that long, but it looks amazing. It's very good condition. Wow, I like it. But yeah, as we were talking, yes, I still love Legend of Zelda since the whole way there. Yeah, it's been going on for about almost 30 years, which is awesome. And one of my merches I'm going to be showing you guys today would be, of course, we all know the book, the journal, The Legend of Zelda, with the Highland Shield, of course. That's like my favorite thing of Link is one of my favorite things of Link is the Highland Shield. I really love how it's designed. I love it has the Triforce symbol and all that. I like how it's just makes Link stand out and makes him more heroic and all the way he is. I think it's really awesome. And one of my other ones, I'm going to show you just one more that I have here is, of course, the beanie with the Triforce, everything. I love this hat. I've worn it now a couple times and it feels so nice and warm. Like, I really love it. It's so soft. It's like sort of like a velvet, sort of like suede-ness hat. It does keep me warm a lot, and it's very comfy. And sometimes, to be funny, actually, sometimes I forget it's on my head. Actually, sometimes. I know. It's so weird. But, yeah, like, the best thing I could say I really love about Link, or just the Legend of Zelda in general, oh man, it will always be how those characters were made. Like, how the creator ended up of getting the idea of how Link becomes and how he ended up coming along through the process of Legend of Zelda. And then, of course, the Princess Zelda. Obviously, how she ended up coming along and everything, and how they got the idea of her, really. But I just love everything of Legend of Zelda, even how now it turned out to be in The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Oh man. Like, I love how the gameplays are for that. I love all the gameplays of Legend of Zelda. Like, it's just so amazing. Like, I'm so stunned of how now it all turned out through all the years. Like, oh man. Like, I seriously can't wait for hopefully if they make another Legend of Zelda.
Yes, I completely agree with everything that you said, my friend. Oh my gosh, it's just so amazing how all the Zelda games build up to, like, right now, 2017. It's just been so breathtaking for the Legend of Zelda, and now that Link has cut his hair and all that this time, I think that's amazing because he deserves a change. He deserves a new image, and like the guy behind the Legend of Zelda gameplays, and now he's one of the owners of Nintendo. That's actually pretty amazing. I'm still stunned about that part. But as you were saying for the Zelda gameplays, yes, I am really hoping for the near future for newer gameplays for the Legend of Zelda, and of course for the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. For sure, there is gonna be a DLC part of the gameplay. I know that for sure, and one can only hope that it will be corrected for sure for the Legend of Zelda. Of course, for it will become perfection for the Super Smash Brothers, and basically everything. And also, oh my gosh, I'm just really excited for the gameplay on the Wii U and the Switch. It's just gonna be so amazing, and I just cannot wait for it. Alright, take it away.
Yeah, as you said, Hayden, like, my dear friend, oh man, like, I'm so, like, it feels like Zelda is, like, Legend of Zelda has been, like, such, like, in this sort of way, addicting as obsession. Like, oh my god, like, it's like, oh, I just take breath taken away of how Link has changed through the years and how he's been changed. Like, even, yes, in Super Smash Brothers, and oh my gosh, and the Highland Warriors, and all that, like, and now the haircut, and in blue of the hairstyle and everything for Breath of the Wild. Like, whoa. That that really kind of shocked me as a new look for him. Like, he deserved it, yes, because he was all in green and being like almost like an elf. No offense to him, but an elf and everything, which of course I still love Link either way, whatever they end up changing him as. Like, oh wow, like, it did shock me the way they had the new look, but I still love Link either way. Like, he's still an amazing character that I love. Like, oh man, I'm so deeply excited for, like, more interesting stuff for the Breath of the Wild game, for the DLCs, as you said. Of course, there are going to be some DLC, of course, updating for that. I can't wait for that. And I can't wait to actually play it. So one day, maybe for us too, maybe we can collab do video gameplay, maybe one day if we get it for the Wii U or the Switch, which, oh man, I'm kind of dying for almost to get the Switch one day. Like, oh man, of course I love Breath of the Wild, especially I got the necklace with the crest. Yes, gotta have that. And I'm definitely gonna wear that. And plus, as you can see, wear the beanie, wear the 2 Link necklace, and then of course we end up having the nice bracelet, the wristband from Link, as now you can see there's Link right there. The shadowing of Link, the Triforce, the wings. Like, I am so happy about everything that's been going on for us for this. Like, I am so loving the detailing and more of the graphics that have been updated for it through all the years now. Like, even for the Breath of the Wild, how it's been, like, more graphical. Like, oh wow, I am actually liking it so much. And how they also changed Zelda, Princess Zelda. Like, wow. Like, I'm used to always seeing her in the dress through the years, but now we're wearing like adventuring clothes now. Like, whoa. And of course, I love the Mobies for it, that goes towards the Switch. Like, oh man, I'm definitely gonna be getting one of those one of these days. Like, oh my god. And of course, I had to get the charm bracelet with the sword, the Triforce, Link's outline, the fairy, Highland shield, of course, no duh, and the Triforce and its wings. That's like, it's the best ever. But anyways, you share more of the detail, Hayden. Go ahead.
Yes! I agree with everything that you said, Brittmeister. Oh my gosh. It's so breathtaking how they did that for Zelda and for Link as well, for the Breath of the Wild. Like, my gosh, I'm gonna show you guys a few more things because I still have a pile here. And hey, what do you know? I'm already showing one thing already, so I'll show you 3 more things besides this. I could go one of the amiibos of Link, of course, because like, look at it, it's already a part of Breath of the Wild, so that part's already pretty good. Love the design how they did that. I got one of the creatures from for the game as well of the amiibo, but if you look closely at him, he looks almost like exactly like one of the creatures from the Wind Waker when he was Toon Link. When he was Toon Link, this is what he had to fight. And now that they're bringing this back, that's pretty good. Okay, one more thing. From roughly a year ago, or a few months ago, and brittmeister, you got me this one for the different conventions I go to and all that. But look at all the crests on it. It's the Legend of Zelda. Oh my gosh! And now, like, basically all the information we've got so far is just amazing. But I am hoping for if they do DLC for the Zelda game, of course. I just hope that they bring in a lot of stuff that they went through. Or a continuation on the game. Like, I don't know anything about the game, but if it ends up being Ganondorf again at the very end, just make him have him have a campaign for himself, because in every other game that they've done for different variations of Resident Evil, Uncharted or something, Gears of War, eventually when you beat the whole game, you have different other story modes. So you guys could add that. They could add that for the Legend of Zelda, having the foe at the end of the game once you beat him and all that. Have him have a campaign for himself to lead out to what happened with Link. That's what could be really interesting. What do you think about that?
Well, for what you asked, I think that maybe Gandalf should have his own campaign, like, at the very end. Like, his own little one. Like, how it, like, a flashback of how, like, the curse that Ganondorf did on for Link and Zelda. Like, that should be kind of cool. And also, yeah, I thought so that you might like that. And yeah, how all the things changed for Link and Zelda, how they've changed now. And even when the DLC comes, I think they should have a little bit more options of what they should look like later on. Like, if they end up having something other, like a different color than blue, then that would be pretty cool. And, like, change a bit of their imaging, I'm meaning. And also, I know I've seen in other people's gameplays of the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild that you're allowed to get weaponry, your different weapons, different armor, and different shields and all of that. And I'm like, okay, now they're making it sort of like tiny bit like medieval times sort of thing with the armor and stuff. I'm like, okay, a tiny bit, whoa. Alrighty then. But still, I think it's an awesome game so far. I haven't played it, but I would love to play it sometime. Maybe if I end up getting it or something like that. I think it's pretty awesome. I always will love Zelda and Link and the whole saga of Legend of Zelda. Like, I just love all the games so far that I've played. But what I've seen of any of them, oh man, there's so much awesome stuff towards the games, how they were made and everything. It's just so amazing. But even though that Breath of the Wild's the latest one, I wonder if they end up gonna bring any more of them though. That'll be pretty awesome, I think. But other than that, yeah, I do remember giving you that about a few months ago. That for when we used to hang out for a little while. But yeah, I remember giving you that one with a Triforce crest on it. Yeah, and then I have the Breath of the Wild one within the letter Z for Zelda and the sword. And also with the monster you have, that's I remember hearing that's what he used to be in the when he was 2 Link as well for this guy. I forget his name, but he's cool. And then of course Link as well. And then of course him with the horse and all that from the game. And then the cresting again. So I think it's pretty awesome. I will always love Zelda, Link, and Legend of Zelda. They're always amazing. And what's the best part that you love of all the Legends of Zelda's games? Like the very, very main part, and which one was your favorite game out of them all? Alright, take it away, Hayden Game.
You do have a good point there. Like, I'm glad that you do agree for Ganondorf having his own campaign at some point. And for all the DLC part, I completely agree with that. Like, they should add some different features to it. I mean, like, for the costumes and all that, they should bring back some of the older costumes and maybe some of the older weapons and all that. Like, I don't know, but anyways, it should be good. And I got a couple more amiibos here, so I'm just gonna show you guys right now. It's the Twilight Princess of Wolf Link with Midna. That's always pretty interesting. And then the Horse Rider of Link for the Zelda game. Whoops. But yeah, that looks pretty cool. I'm gonna show you the other thing, and then there will in my next clip I'll do the last few parts of it. But anyways, here we are, the Legend of Zelda Journal. Haven't done a thing with it yet, but I might use it for a proper in a few videos and all that, just to make up something or something. Or maybe just put it on a shelf and keep it like this. That's what I'm going to be doing with that. Oh my gosh, it's been a long weekend and long day. But anyways, mainly for my thoughts on that, more to the point, my most favorite game of all would be between The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, because it was the most classic game. It was the first Zelda game that I ever played. That's how I got into the Zelda gameplay. Or it might be the other one for the Wii U called The Legend of Zelda Hyrule Warriors. When this was for the 20th anniversary or 25th anniversary of the Zelda games, I mean, when they put all 25 universes of the hundreds of years of 2,500 years of franchises into one. Well, in the games world, it's 2,500 years of just non-stop brawling. But in real life, hindsight, it's only been 25 years. But anyways, Hyrule Warriors might be my most top favorite because it revolutionized all the gameplays. And your swords are more quicker. You can actually jump into the air for once, and you don't have to be running around like a maniac the whole time. But what was your most favorite gameplays and all that? And like, I did like the plot with Ganondorf half the time, up until like Hyrule Warriors. He got a bit insane.
Yeah, I know. That would have been really awesome to have Ganondorf's all his campaign down the line with for the DLCs. And also, I was thinking also that having maybe a flashback of when maybe Link was a little kid and till like all the way till he is now, or maybe a future thing with Zelda. I'm just thinking. And of course, yeah, those are the awesome emojis that you got there. Like, oh my god, those are so cool. I'm definitely going to be having soon more of those, possibly. Hopefully, if I can find them. And since they're pretty hard to find, supposedly, some of those Zelda ones. But I'm hoping I get some too. And also, that I do believe about that for the gameplays that you were talking about that you answered my question to. Yeah, I do believe in those games. Like those two I thought were pretty cool. But my most favorite ones I could really say is I like the Twilight Princess, which I thought was pretty cool. But the worst one I hate is Majora's Mask. Like, it just made, like, in a sense, it was just really weird. Like, it didn't really follow up with the sort of good story of how Link became, like, how more Link's journey would be and everything. It just made pretty much Link look like very how should I really say it? Lousy, in a sense, technically, from what I seen. But it wasn't that really good of a gameplay, but the best gameplay now I kind of seen lately is the Breath of the Wild one. Like, oh man, how it is, like, it's compared to all the other years of since the beginning with Legends of Zelda and now to the Breath of the Wild. Like, been seeing a lot the Breath of the Wild one. Oh man, it's just breathtaking to me. Like, it just amazes me how good it is, and now it's making me actually even want to get it technically. But it would be really really cool actually to have that. And I'm happy to have pretty much all the merch of the Breath of the Wild almost and everything. Like, I am so happy about it. And I can't wait for hopefully one day that comes in for another console as well, instead of just only for the Wii U and the Switch. But also, what would be the best character out of them all besides Link and Zelda? Who is the other best characters you like out of the whole Legend of Zelda?
Okay, this is it. This is really good because it's the most identical thing to the old NES console game of The Legend of Zelda, the first one. The golden one is always the best one, right? But anyways, two more things in this last video of the part that I'm doing. This one's a big one because it's got everything of The Legend of Zelda from all the years that it's had. Okay, I'm gonna only show you a couple things. from the Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, all the creatures that have been going on. And one last thing. And then the classic ending of the Ocarina of Time. My most favorite part. Now, that's what's in here. All the timelines of hundreds of years that they've been doing this. One last thing is The Legend of Zelda, the Breath of the Wild case to hold all the games that I can collect. Basically, 24 slots, 24 games. Anyways, those are pretty good at what I've just shown. But my favorite characters besides Zelda and Link. Now, that can go either way because I honestly don't know much of their names and all that. I know the Goron King. He's just called that. I know Sheik. She was partially Zelda because Zelda made that character. I liked the girl that was guarding Zelda in the beginning of the game for Ocarina of Time. I forget her name though. But anyways, I like the Milani character that was in the Ocarina of Time. Saria that you first meet in Ocarina of Time. I liked pretty much a lot of the characters that I just named. And then I liked one of those Zora characters that were mainly in the water temple that helped you a bit. But basically, I pretty much agree with everything you said for Ganondorf having his own campaign. That's actually pretty good to see the past of what he became for the present. What made him evil? What made him crazy? That's what we need to know. That's what I hope they do for the DLC, for the history of Ganondorf. And yes, I agree. All of the Legend of Zelda games are pretty much really good. Half of them are good, half of them are bad. But Majora's Mask, horrible. I like the boss battle. I cannot stress that enough. I love the boss battle in Majora's Mask because you become God Link, which I can call Chaos Link. That's the god form of him, the deity. Your
The
turn.
idea of having the start to finish all the way to the timeline of Ganondorf, and even how they met, how he met Link, and put the curse on Link and Zelda to live all that over hundreds of years, and now being around almost the 300,000 years or something like that. I don't know the correct time period, but still, it's all good. And I do agree about the boss at the end when I saw the gameplay. Oh my god, that was pretty epic. Like, I kind of like that part of Majora's Mask, but that's it too. But nothing else of it. No, no. It was the worst game ever. But other gameplays I liked was in the Twilight Princess. Like, I pretty much like almost pretty much everything of the Twilight Princess. Pretty much. Even including Midna character, of course. I like Midna from the Twilight Princess. But I also, like, for creature-wise, I like the Wolf Link. That one's actually pretty cool. But other than that, yeah, I think it's pretty all good. Well, for me, I think that's really good. I actually like it a lot. And I agree with all the other gameplays that you were saying. And that's that's really, really awesome that you have that bag. That's really cool. For me, I'm going to show you guys a bit of my favorite artworks of all Legend of Zelda for me. I like this artwork of Link in the Twilight Princess. I think that one was really, really amazing. How it was made and how graphic it could be, but then he also changed how more features on Link's face, as you can see. And I also like how it has the Highland sword. Sorry for the overexposure, but yeah, and I love the green. So that's just a me. That's one of my favorite games ever is the Twilight Princess. And then, of course, here we go with Twilight Princess again, where Link meets Midna. So I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, the Highland Shield, which is my favorite shield out of all. And then, of course, Toon Link in the Wind Waker. Which, the Wind Waker, I think it's a pretty cool game that's different to to how Link really is, and having, of course, the windmill back there and all that. And the gameplay for it, I think it's pretty good for it. But this is my most favorite artwork ever. This this sort of like stained glass of Link and Zelda, when they're tuned versions, of course. I think that's pretty amazing. I really love how the colors stand out and how it brings the glory of the hero and the princess. And of course you have to have the Triforce above, of course. I just really, really love all this. And then now, this one was my second favorite artwork.
All right. Well, that is all good artwork. Given the fact that that was one of your two parts, this will be my very last part. Then I'll put the sign off from you, Brittmeister, into the video as well. I'm just having some tea. But basically, yes, I love all that you just said. I agree with it all. That the Majora's Mask, it wasn't really great. I know that part. The boss battle, though, amazing. Twilight Princess, oh my gosh, it is really good. It's like my fourth favorite game right now. Skyward Sword might be my third or fifth favorite. Ocarina of Time will always be number one of the favorite games that I like. I love the artwork that you're showing. My gosh. Bravo. Bravo. My gosh. Love it. And now, for Marcy's sign off, which will be the first part, you'll do the last part of the sign off. You guys have been great watching these videos for us. Thank you for all the love, the comments, subscribers, and followers for everything that we've done. Having a bit of a Pepsi right now. But anyways, guys, keep on giving us all the love. Like, share, subscribe, comment, everything. See you guys in the next episode. Peace.
I'm sorry that the last part got a bit cut off there from my last clip. I was wanting to really say that there was more to be that got cut off. I'm sorry. So I was saying this was my very, very last favorite artwork that somebody really made with all the gameplay sceneries of Link, and then it turns out to be a Link figurine, a Link figure, Like, I think it's really amazing that somebody made that. And then of course my very, 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 very most favorite, a Link when he's in Breath of the Wild with as the archer, of course. I like it actually. I do love blue, and it was a nice different change for Link, and of course I love archery anyways. So, yeah, so this is, I would like to cut the video here, and thank you for joining everybody. Welcome to Haydogamg.